It's all in your mind. Before we begin, let me take you back to a man who understood people long before psychology had a name. A man who watched power rise and fall not in theory, but in blood, betrayal, and survival. Niccolo Machiavelli understood something most people still refuse to accept: that human beings are not ruled by truth. They are ruled by perception. And once you understand this, life starts to make sense in ways that are uncomfortable, but freeing. So listen closely. Not like someone scrolling. Not like someone waiting for noise. Listen like someone ready to recognize themselves. And before we go any further, if content like this makes you think deeply, feel honestly, and see people differently, subscribe now. Because what you are about to hear will change how you move through the world. It's all in your mind. Not because the world is kind, but because perception is power. Two people can live the same life and experience completely different realities. One feels confident. The other feels cursed. One walks into a room and feels respected. The other feels invisible. Nothing changed around them. Only what was happening inside their head. Men do not move by truth. They move by what they believe is true. That is why lies spread faster than facts. That is why confidence often beats competence. That is why fear controls crowds better than logic ever could. Reality does not shape behavior. Interpretation does. And most people never question their interpretation. Fear, loyalty, love, respect. None of these live in reality. They live in the mind. Fear is not danger. Fear is the expectation of pain. Love is not action. It is meaning attached to behavior. Respect is not kindness. It is perception of strength. This is why someone can treat you badly and still occupy your thoughts. And someone who treats you well can be ignored. Your emotions are not responding to reality. They are responding to the story you are telling yourself about reality. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Most people trust their thoughts too much. They accept emotions as facts. They build entire lives around conclusions they never examined. They say this is just how I am. They say this always happens to me. They say people are just like that. But those are not facts. They are habits of thought. Control the mind and you do not need force. If I can make you doubt yourself, I don't need to fight you. If I can make you afraid, I don't need to threaten you. If I can make you seek approval, I don't need to chase you. This is why the strongest people often speak the least. Why silence can feel heavier than shouting. Why calm unsettles more than aggression. Machiavelli understood that force is expensive, but perception is cheap. Appear strong and people hesitate. Appear certain and people follow. Appear unbothered and people project power onto you. Most of the time, people imagine something far greater than reality. This is why appearances matter more than intentions. You may mean well. You may be honest. You may have a good heart. But the world does not reward intention. It responds to what it sees. Seeming strong is safer than being honest. Seeming confident is safer than explaining yourself. Seeming unshaken is safer than proving your innocence. Think about it. How many times did you over-explain, hoping to be understood, only to lose respect? How many times did you reveal your wounds, believing it would create closeness, and instead it created distance? This is not because people are evil. It is because people respond to signals, not souls. Machiavelli did not hate goodness. He understood human nature. People respect clarity. They fear certainty. They follow strength. And strength begins in the mind. Your enemy's greatest weakness is not his power. It is the story he tells himself. And sometimes that enemy is you. The story that says you are unlucky. The story that says people always leave. The story that says you must work harder to be chosen. These stories feel personal, but they are patterns, and patterns can be unlearned. Ask yourself honestly, who taught you that story? And why did you keep believing it? Most of what controls you today was planted years ago by someone who never stayed. And yet you are still obeying it. Pause here. If this feels uncomfortable, that's a sign you're paying attention. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Because this space is for people who are ready to unlearn before they rebuild. Your greatest weapon is not action. It is understanding. Action without understanding is noise. Movement without awareness is exhaustion. This is why some people work endlessly and stay stuck, while others make one quiet move and change everything. They understand timing. They understand psychology. They understand people. Machiavelli didn't teach manipulation for cruelty. He taught awareness for survival. Once you understand how minds work, you stop being reactive. You stop taking everything personally. You stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You move differently. You speak less. You choose carefully. You observe more than you react. And slowly, power returns to you. Because once you rule the mind, the body follows. Your posture changes. Your voice steadies. Your decisions sharpen. You stop chasing validation. You stop fearing loss. You stop begging for clarity. Not because life became easier, but because you became clearer. This is the kind of power nobody can take from you. And that is why this message matters. If this spoke to you, stay here. Subscribe, because this channel is not about motivation. It is about mental independence. And once you taste it, you never go back.